What are you stirring up, Grandmama?
Good morning, I'm Rose from Grandma Rose's Open Pantry. Today, I'm going to show y'all how I make my loaded, easy baked beans. You don't have to have an oven. We're not going to cook them in the oven. We're going to do everything on top of the stove.
Well, let me ask you something. What kind of shirt have you got on? Let me see.
Y'all,
Grandma Rose's Open Pantry.
yes, I just had a birthday a couple of weeks ago, and my best friend, LaWanda, gave me two shirts. She gave me this one, and she gave me a heather burgundy one, plum colored one that I absolutely love. And so, thank you, LaWanda. I love my shirt.
Yeah, you can't be a celebrity without your own
Without
shirt.
my own shirt,
Man.
that's right. Okay, so in my loaded baked beans, I'm going to put bacon. And as you can see, I cut them in little pieces so they would cook better and faster. So I'm going to do bacon. We're going to do onions and peppers, smoked sausage. And today I'm going to be using a can of Great Northern beans, a can of pork and beans. Now your Great Northern beans have no sugar added to them. Your pork and beans do. They have some sugar added, but I'm going to use a can of them anyway. And I may use another can of Great Northerns. I'm not sure.
Or you could just go with all unsweetened beans.
Or you could go with all Great Northern, yeah. So a can of rotel. Now I always do the mild because I never know who's going to be here to eat. So and the original is a little bit spicier than the mild, and then you can get the hot. Okay, to that I'm going to be adding some garlic, onion, some sugar-free ketchup, and some brown sugar swerve monk fruit alternative.
Now,
So,
if you don't use any sweetened beans at all, this is a very good low glycemic load dish that you can eat a serving of and don't have to worry about because the glycemic load is low on beans. And a lot of people think you can't eat beans, but I'm just trying to teach you that you can on a low glycemic load diet.
okay, my bacon is not quite ready, but I want to put my smoked sausage, and that's a half cup of onions. You can put as many or as little as you like. And this is like a fourth of a cup of peppers. You can leave those out if you want to. But since this is loaded baked beans, then I'm going to load it up. So you can use sausage, you can use ground beef, ground turkey, ground chicken, just whatever you like. But this is just what I had this morning, and this is what I had a taste for. So I'm going to continue to cook these until they get.
This is really a very quick dish for you, isn't it, Rose?
It is.
Okay.
It's real quick because you don't do it in the oven. You do it on top of the stove. It doesn't take long. Now, it may take a little bit longer since I'm using the Great Northern, but no, they're canned beans, so they're already done. But I may just let them cook 5 minutes longer than I would if I was just using the pork and beans because I'm going to put the rotel in them, and I want that tomato flavor to get all in them. So, but yes, it's a quick dish. So I'm going to continue to cook these until my onions and my peppers and all get ready. And then we're going to come back. We're going to add the rest of our ingredients, and I'm going to show you how quick this is.
Grandmama, it's looking gooder and
Isn't
gooder.
it? Y'all, I want you
Wow.
to look at all these sediments. Now, my bacon is done, my sausage, my onions, my peppers. Look at all those sediments in the bottom. Now, I'm going to put my rotel tomatoes in there.
Ain't this going to be a full meal if they want it?
Yes, it will. I'm going to put my Great Northern beans. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. I'm going to stir all this up. I'm going to put my can of pork and beans. And I don't think I'm going to put another can of Great Northern beans because it'll be more than what we can eat. This is a big pan. Okay.
It's a big meal. Woo.
Yes, it is. It is a full meal. If you want, you could just put a salad with this, with all this, because your beans are a great source of protein. I mean, so you really don't have to have meat when you have beans because there's so much protein. All right. And it's a pretty dish. Look at it. You've got your different colored beans. Now, it's not your traditional baked beans like you have in all that tomato sauce, but I'm telling you, this is going to be so good.
Well, if you were doing this with no sugar added at all, what sweetener would you use?
I got to put the rest of my ingredients in it.
Oh, okay. So I'm getting ahead again?
You're getting ahead again.
Okay.
Okay. I've got onion powder. Now, this is just ever how much you want to use. Garlic powder, the way you like it. Now, I've got right here, this is brown sugar monk fruit. So I'm putting, I'm going to start out with 2 tablespoons of that. And I'm going to stir that in. And then I'm going to put some, to give it a little bit more tomato look, I'm going to put some no sugar added tomato ketchup. Now, this is Heinz, but I really like G. Hughes. G. Hughes is, honey, let me get right here and I'll show them what I'm talking about. Y'all have seen me use this barbecue sauce before. It's called G. Hughes, and his picture is right there. Now, this is my barbecue sauce.
Now, he knows how to make a barbecue sauce, doesn't he?
He does. He's got about 4 or 5 different kinds. But he also makes ketchup. I just happen to have Heinz this morning. So this is probably going to be about 3 tablespoons of sugar-free ketchup.
The Hughes was sugar-free, too. Did we say that? Did you say that, or did I?
It's sugar-free, yeah.
Yeah.
I said it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just missed it.
Yeah, G. Hughes is sugar-free. So
it's good.
He has teriyaki sauce. He has about 4 different barbecue sauces, ketchup, and there may be other things out there. I don't know about them.
But everything we've used, we would recommend, wouldn't we?
Yes, from him. Yes. Now the Heinz is good also, but I like his a little bit better. So, okay, I turned this back. I had turned it down a little bit. I turned it back up to 7, which is medium high. I'm going to taste of this to see if I've got my seasonings. Not that one. One without holes in it. To see if I've got enough sweetener in it. To see if I need any more garlic or. Y'all.
It's any better, she'd go to eating it now.
Woo, that's good. And I'm going to put another tablespoon of my brown alternative in it, brown sugar alternative. Now, you can make it as sweet as you want it. Some people like baked beans sweeter. Some people like them not so sweet, like them more savory. So that's up to you, just how you want them. All right, now I'm going to cook this about 10 minutes, and it's going to be ready. This whole thing you can do in 30 minutes. That's cutting up your onions, cutting up your peppers, because when you cut your bacon in little pieces like that, and you cut your sausage, it doesn't take them long to cook it all.
So this is a quick night meal for somebody that's come in from work and wonders what to cook, isn't it?
And let me tell you something. That rotel is delicious in this. It gives it a little...
Turn the can a little more to me.
Oh, okay. It gives it a little different flavor than just tomato sauce, tomato paste, or anything like that, because it's got green chilies in it. It's diced tomatoes with green chilies, but they're mild. So, all right, you can see my beans have started cooking. I'm going to put the lid on them, but I'm going to keep them stirred, and I'm going to let them cook for I'm going to get my lid, baby.
Okay.
I'm going to let them cook for 10 minutes. I'll stir them every once in a while. But they've got plenty of garlic, plenty of everything in it. So, now I didn't today. But see, because I'm trying to keep the carbs down. But You could put a can of corn in this if you wanted it, but it would add a lot more carbs. But if you're doing it for a meal and you're not really watching your carbs, you just love baked beans, then you can put a can of corn in it and it would be delicious. So, but I'm trying to keep the carbs down, my protein high, my carbs down. So, and in this whole big container here, this can of pork and beans that I put in it is not going. It's not going to affect the carbs that much at all, and because it's the only thing that I put in it that had any added sugar to it. So in this whole big pan, you're talking about 6 grams of carbs in this whole pan. And I mean added total added sugars, not carbs, because the beans have a lot of carbs, but the way we eat, that doesn't affect our glycemic load. So
No. A full serving of that, the glycemic load would be way under 10.
yes, yeah. So, and Roy and I are going to sit down one day and we're going to explain to you exactly what we mean by glycemic load, glycemic index, uh, how we eat, why we eat like we do. And so, but that's going to be another video. But we're going to sit down one day and we're going to explain to you how I can eat all the fruit I want, how I can eat beans, how I can eat the high carb proteins, but yet they don't affect my gut. They don't affect my body. So, but that's a video that we're going to be doing for y'all pretty shortly. So, because we talk about this out when we're different places, and people have said, y'all, please sit down and explain to us what you mean when you say glycemic load, what you mean by glycemic index. Said, you've already done all the research, you've already studied it, so all we want to know is your recipes, how you cook it, because we don't need to do all that. Y'all have already done all that. So we're going to sit down one day and we're going to make y'all a video on exactly why we eat like we do. So, all right, I'm going to
let me give them one other piece of this. People ask me, well, did y'all lose any weight when you first started this? We didn't set out to lose weight. We set out to help health problems. But yes, in the first 9 months between us, we lost 90 pounds eating like hogs, just eating as much as we wanted to eat. We ate fruit, cheeses, dairy, beans, soups, meat, anything but the 5 whites, the starches, sugar, potatoes, and pasta, white pastas.
And that's one thing when you start watching what you eat, your body's craving sugar. So if you can get a good piece of fruit, which I can eat all the fruit I want, then it curbs that craving. Mm-hmm. So when I would start craving something sweet, I just reach for an apple or a plum or a nectarine or a watermelon or a cantaloupe or any of those other fruits that I love, because I love fruit, and that would satisfy me. And after a few months, then I didn't even want the sugar. I just wanted the fruit because it was fresh, it was clean, it was good, it was sweet, and you'd be amazed at how much sweeter fruit is once you come off of sugar. And you'll enjoy your fruit so much better. So, but okay, I'm going to turn this down now to 3, and I'm going to let it cook for about 5 more minutes because I've been talking 5 minutes. And I told y'all it'd be ready in 10 minutes. So, but you can, honey, you can let them look at it one more time.
Wow, that's looking good.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to let it cook about 5 more minutes, and then I'm going to come back and show y'all what this looks like. Okay, my beans have cooked the 10 minutes that I told you. This meal is ready in 30 minutes. That is cutting up your onions, preparing everything, your sausage, your peppers, everything in 30 minutes. So this is really, really good. You can use it as a meal with coleslaw, salad, whatever. You can use it as a side dish. But for us, we're going to use it as a meal with like probably coleslaw. So this is really, really good. It's something you have got to try. So, and like I said,
taste of it, Grandmama.
Oh, it's still, I already, I got some on spoon. That is so good, y'all.
Does it have that little ting of spiciness like it usually does? Oh,
It does. The rotel gives it a little more spice than what your regular baked beans do. And these Great Northern beans give it texture. It's not mushy like regular baked beans are sometimes. So the Great Northern beans gives it more texture. So if you've got to use these, they're delicious. So thank y'all for joining me. Subscribe to my channel, hit that little notification bell so you'll know when I upload a video. And try this one. You will not be disappointed. And remember, put the deliciousness in healthy food. Catch y'all next time.